The Vatican defended Pope Francis after he caused controversy in Ukraine by praising Russia's historical imperial rulers. The Kremlin reveled in the ensuing debate, which stemmed from comments made by Francis to young Russians, encouraging them to see themselves as the inheritors of a great empire. Addressing young Russian Catholics in St. Petersburg via live video, Francis remarked, "Remember your heritage. You are the descendants of great Russia, the great Russia of saints, rulers, the great Russia of Peter I, Catherine II, that empire, educated great culture, and great humanity." Ukrainian leaders strongly criticized the Pope, alleging he echoed Russian nationalist rhetoric used to legitimize Putin's war. President Putin has compared himself to Peter the Great and asserted Ukraine's role in a larger historical Russia. The Ukrainian Foreign Ministry spokesperson, Oleg Nikolenko, stated on Facebook that this kind of imperialist propaganda is what the Kremlin employs to justify the loss of Ukrainian lives and destruction of their communities. Despite his prior criticisms of Russia's actions in Ukraine, the Pope's recent intervention found favor in the Kremlin. Putin's spokesperson, Dmitry Peskov, praised the Pope's recognition of Russian history and its deep legacy. Putin has often invoked Russia's imperial history to justify his foreign policy goals, comparing himself to Peter the Great and referencing Ukraine's historical connection to Russia. However, many Ukrainians and Western analysts reject Putin's historical narrative. According to Olivia Durand, an expert in Russian colonial history, the Pope's repetition of this rhetoric echoes the language of Russian chauvinism, a religious ideology with imperialistic undertones, portraying Moscow as the protector of the true Orthodox faith. Durand criticized the speech for not acknowledging the deeper history of religious politics throughout the various historical periods of Russia.
Stay informed with our updates. Subscribe to our channel and give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video.